Local contractors under the All Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria returned to the Federal Ministry of Finance on Tuesday, blocking both entrances as they pressed for the payment of what they describe as long overdue debt for completed government projects. Now, the protesters, led by the association's National Secretary, Babatunde Sheun Oyeni, accused the federal government of repeatedly shifting its position on the issue and failing to honor commitments made during earlier meetings with officials. Now, speaking to journalists at the ministry's entrance, Oyeni said the government's failure to release funds after multiple assurances had forced contractors to resume protests. Now, he said members of the association were owed more than 500 billion naira for projects already completed and commissioned.
Well, joining us now to address the outstanding debts owed to Indigenous contractors is Ehua Benson. He is the chairman, Indigenous Contractors of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Thank you so much for joining us on the news tonight.
Thank you.
First, just clarify, as you answer the question, the Indigenous Contractors of the Federal Capital Territory, are they different from the Indigenous Contractors of the Federation? And who awarded these contracts that you're asking for?
Yeah, we are all contractors, and we have some people working with federal government and at the same time working with FCT. You can get a job anywhere in the country. So, but the one I'm here for is strictly for the one for FCT. We're also in solidarity with federal contractor. I also work with federal ministry too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You want to?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So now, I mean, because I'm looking at different figures. 500 billion is on the part of the contractors nationwide.
Federal contractor.
What are you being owed here in the FCT?
Well, what we are being owed in FCT is over 7 billion.
Okay. I just needed to clarify that. So, were the contracts legally awarded, and was there a signed agreement with the FCTA?
Yes.
Right.
The contracts are legally awarded, and we have a legal agreement for every one of them.
Which period are we looking at here?
It's over 2 years now.
Over
Some
2
are
years.
over 3 years. But the one before the minister resumed office.
The current minister.
The current minister, yes. We have some before the minister resumed. And then we have the issue is now becoming very serious now that we have a minister in the office. Before now, we get this payment coming in, and there won't be any need for us to question. And if there's any problem, maybe they are waiting for budget or something, they will call us and explain to us that they are waiting for budget, and we should hold on, we should exercise patience. Then the minister resume office and just put stop to everything.
But that's not what the minister has said.
Yeah.
He says, you know, he doesn't owe any contractors, and that the jobs you refer to, and I'm quoting what his spokesperson said, that many of the contracts in question were never awarded by me, but by civil servants acting without ministerial approval before my tenure. So how do you respond to the minister? Because he has this very strong stance to say even 10 billion naira owed previously has been paid. So what's this discrepancy?
The issue is that the minister should go back and ask the people working with him, the coordinators, the secretaries. They should ask them if they award any job or not before coming to tell people that they did not award. You must not be the one awarding some of these jobs. You cannot be doing a job of 10 million. Maybe there's a pipe somewhere, waterboard pipe somewhere that they need to amend, that you are now saying minister should go and award job of 10 million or 20 million. All the secretaries and coordinators have their own approval limits. So you should go back to go and ask the secretaries and the coordinators whether they award job or not before coming to tell people that it is not the one that it should not be the one to award that kind of job.
Okay, so I mean, you say that these contracts were legally awarded. Were they executed, and do you have proof or evidence that these contracts have actually been awarded?
The jobs are executed,
right,
and then processed to the point. Some of them processed to the point of payment. The secretaries approve some of this job to the point of payment. And now the office is overloaded. It's floating with files. I'm talking about the Treasury Department now. It's floating with files. So they stop them from bringing in files again. And some of these secretaries are so afraid of the minister that they can't even present, even the one that should go to the minister's office. They can't present it to him.
Why not? What do you mean they're afraid of the minister?
Yes.
Like I have a job in SEB. I've renovated the classroom in SEB.
SEB is what now?
SEB, Secondary Education Board.
Okay, great.
Is under Education Secretary. These people cannot even take the file. We've done this job over a year now. We've handed over to them. The children are in that classroom now. They are using the classroom.
But doesn't that buttress the minister's point to say these contracts are awarded by civil servants acting without ministerial approval?
Not civil servants, the secretaries.
Who are the secretaries?
The secretaries are the appointees of the government.
Do they have
Are they
Yes.
empowered to award?
They have the power to award those jobs. Some of them were awarded by the former PAMSEC, the federal PAM. They normally have federal PAMSEC before this administration. Some of these jobs, like this one I'm talking about now, were awarded during the period of federal PAMSECs. And those files are there. To take it to the minister is even a problem.
Do you know if the minister has investigated to be sure that this is not the usual racketeering when it comes to contracts within ministries, departments and agencies, and may have found, something not exactly satisfactory with the process of awarding the contracts? Maybe the contracts were not, satisfactorily delivered.
The process of awarding contract in those days, during that period, is even far better than their process now that they are using.
In what way?
Before now, for you to get this job, they send a message, they ask for quotations, or they advertise job. But now, nobody's advertising this job. Even the one they advertised before the minister came in, till now, over 2 years now, no award letter. But other jobs are coming out.
Interesting. I mean, you are in solidarity with the federal contractors. You protested at the entrance of the Federal Ministry of Finance.
Yeah.
But what actions are you taking regarding your payment? What are the remedies you're seeking now?
Okay, before I get to that point, you talk about whether the job were investigated or not.
Yeah.
I personally sent a message to the minister sometimes last year. And the next thing I saw, I sent a message to him.
You have his direct contact?
Yes. I sent a message to him to investigate this job. Instead of him delaying the payment and telling us that this job are not genuine, that should investigate the job. And the next thing I saw was him to send the IRT officers to my house, harassing my family, and later I was arrested. I spent 7 days in the IRT cell, underground, just for asking for my money.
That's a very grave
yes, he's aware. Yes.
The FCT.
It's everywhere. It's on the news too. And later, the police decided to go and investigate my job. They did the investigation and they reported back to him. But some of the jobs were even very close to his office. This is what we are expecting the ministers to do. Investigate the job. Don't just go about telling people that these jobs are this, are that. In fact, call the secretaries first and ask them, did you award this job? They are not denying it.
So
they approve the payment.
In your protests, has there been any response so far from the authorities?
The only response we got,
because it looks like you're directing your demand for payment to the Ministry of Finance and not necessarily.
No. The one for FCT is direct to FCT.
To the FCT minister.
The one to finance, maybe some of us that work with finance, with federal agencies.
Well, you didn't go and protest in front of the office of the minister of the FCT. You went to the finance ministry.
We've done that before now.
Okay.
The last one we did, we were protesting in front of the gates, and then the minister was flagging up one project somewhere, and he was talking about it. That those wretched people, do they look like people that do contracts?
So what remedy are you asking for now?
What we're asking for now is for the minister to make this payment, to consider paying this money. This is over 2 years now. We've lost some of our members already. Some are seriously sick as we speak. We can't pay school fees. We can't do anything.
And if you insist on not paying?
What then?
Will we continue pressing so that he will pay?
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Benson, who is the chairman, Indigenous Contractors of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja. I'm sure the office of the minister is listening and we want to address your issues. Thank you very much for joining us on Newstime.